point capture mission.
What's up, everyone? We're back for some more Gundam Evolution gameplay. Now, it's been a bit since I've shown off one of my competitive matches, but this here is the big one. For all the marbles, this is the first match of the grand finals of the CIL League playoffs. So this is going to be our final set of competitive matches and probably the final tournament for Gundam Evolution history. And let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we made it here. It was top 4 teams made it to the playoffs, and we won our round 1 match, took us to winners finals, and also won that match. And then that put us in grand finals. And then here our opponents, Globos Blancos, we actually faced off against in the winners finals. We were able to defeat them there, and then they fell to the losers bracket where they were able to win their matches and come through losers finals to face off against us again in the grand finals. So we are favored going into this match. We were top of the league, and we are of course undefeated in this tournament so far. But that being said, Globos Blancos was one of the teams that actually did beat us in one of our matches in the main season. They triumphed over us, I want to say, like around the week 8, maybe even week 10 time period there. They actually 2-0'd us that week, so they are one of the teams that has beaten us. So it is in no way going to be a guaranteed win for us. This team has proven they can beat us, so they may be able to do it again. And starting off here on Harbor City, they're making a strong case for that by taking A Point relatively quickly. And this is one of our best maps. I haven't really gone through and looked at all of our matches together, but I feel like we've never lost a match on Harbor City in this this league as has gone so far. But this is a map we consider ourselves very strong on, especially when we're not going up against Turn A, which, as you can see, both teams actually don't have. The bans did not ban out of Turn A. I don't think Globos actually has anyone who plays Turn A on their team. We banned out the GM Sniper 2 because we wanted to avoid the double sniper scenario, and if we were going to run a sniper, we wanted to run Dynamis, which we are doing, and we were more comfortable dealing with it as well. Although, as you saw in that first 8-point push, I did die to one, so maybe not the best choice there. But they're starting kind of their first push here onto the B point. But like I said, no Turn A's on this map, and we've done pretty well, and I think actually we've done so good that most teams don't even get a single tick on B point, and that's kind of something we've been trying to do against all the teams we face off against. But I don't actually know if anyone has gotten a full point on B, a full capture on that, so hopefully we can keep them away from that. So far, first push kind of got stalled out. That Zeta tried to slip through a little bit. We were able to take him out, and now they're going to have to regroup and try again. But unfortunately, I think our Dynamis G maneuver is mostly wasted. Actually, it does look like we picked up 2 kills there. They got repairs on both of them. And now that we're out of that, all we've got available so far is a Hyperion 1. But their Gundam G maneuver gets wasted, gets focused down before that gets a chance to go off. Also pick up a kill on that Dom, but I think he slipped off to the right side there. Probably going to get repaired. So we're getting a good amount of kills here, but they're also getting a lot of repairs. I have to see what happens in the next push. Both teams also running. That's Zawano. I would consider this probably not the best map, but if he gets in, it's going to be the same as any where you can potentially take out your team. And they push hard on that left side after that Zeta G maneuver goes off. I pop my Hades. I'm trying to do my best. I took out the Dom, but there's just a pile of people pushing this way. Help take out the Susan, but the Dom actually got repaired, and he's coming from behind with the Gundam. And only Dynamis is left. Ashmar just spawning up along with some of the rest of the team. And he's able to slow him down a little bit, taking down the Dom again, but with the repair, they're still going to have all 6 people coming towards the point. And we're going to see what they can do here. They actually already got 25% tick before I'm even respawned. Fortunately, it looks like their Susanoo fell off the cliff, and our Susan is ulting, getting some kills. Got the Zeta on the high ground. A couple of them still here. They're able to get that repair. But a good punch from our Ashmar knocks the Dom straight off the edge and allows us to take out the Gundam. I think aside from the Zeta being a nuisance in the back, we've mostly held off this push. And it's actually going to be a little bit of a problem with Zeta going around here, because ideally we'd like to go back to that main choke on the bridge coming towards B point, but we're kind of taking some time here. We do take him down, kind of surround him, get him from all angles, but as you can see, the enemy team is already beginning their push-up, so we're kind of going to have to hold just right out here in front of the point, rather than back at the choke like we prefer. It looks like they're starting to push again, but they are still down the Zeta. He's still pretty far back. It looks like the Susan on the left side with the Ashmar, both of them coming in hard on our Hyperion. They take him out, but we're actually able to get the repair. So we're still pretty even numbers, but Hyperion goes down again. Susan gets me over here. I was trying to be smart and come to the low ground here and get a different angle on them, but the Susan saw me crossing over, took me out when I was alone. It looks like I actually am going to be able to get repaired here by my Dom. Trying to chase down that Zeta, miss some shots, he just barely lives. And they're ticking close to 50%. Just Ashmar on the point. Actually, probably should have jumped on and contested, but maybe it was okay that I was back that far because I didn't get hit by the punch. They did just barely get over the 50%. So So even if we clean up this Zeta who's being an annoyance in the back again, they are going to have that halfway capture. So he tries to fly away, take him out, and it looks like they're still kind of straggling in. They haven't fully committed to backing up and regrouping yet, as around a minute remains. They did take out one of ours, and we took out one of theirs. It's like both of us down one suit still. And we haven't been able to push back to that choke again. So 1 minute left. I don't actually know what G maneuvers they might still have available. Our Susan pushes in hard, does go down, and now we're going to be 5v6 with this push that is inevitably coming. As we're getting down to 45 seconds, here comes the Gundam G maneuver over the top. I'm focusing it down. While that's happening, Susan goes in on me. And I'm really low, get stuck in a corner. 27 HP, but I do manage to get the repair pod, but he's still on me, and I have to reload because I used all my ammo on that super napalm. He does get taken out, and their Dom is in his ult, so he's not going to get that repair, but they're doing a lot on the point. You can see a lot of our people on our team going down. Hyperion, Dynamis, only one's left. Dynamis goes down. Hyperion is doing what he can, still contesting. He does go down now. Dom comes in to contest again, also goes down, and it's just me and Ashmar. I drop down through the nade, get a kill, 2 kills, finish off some weakened people. Also weakened Ashmar, get him with the Hades. Just 2 of them left, I think, around here. Susan caught flailing about in the air a little bit, and now this Pale Rider is juking back and forth, kind of using the dead Susan as cover. But he does actually go down, and with that, we have held the first point, but not without bleeding quite a bit. They got up to 90% cap. We kept him away from that 2 points still, but that does mean on the offense, we're going to have to get pretty close to getting it all. And we're going to go ahead and hop right into round 2 on the offense, and we're now going to have to make this push happen without a Sazbi. I didn't really talk about it last round, but the enemy team's ban was the Sazbi, and while it's not completely unexpected, we do have several players who are capable of playing Sazbi. It did catch us a little bit off guard because they're also known for running Sazbi a lot, especially recently. Eno, their gym player in this round, who's a Zeta player last round, well known for their gym. They're a menace with that gym, which is why we typically like to avoid it. But lately they've been playing a lot of Sazbi as well, so we're a little bit surprised to see that ban. But this can be an effective map for Sazbi. Using the axe to fly over, you can kind of sneak past into the buildings on the right side on this first point, and then on the second point you can get over the wall with it. But no Sazbi this time, so we're just going to have to make our way up the left side, just kind of trying to brute force it. Got a few kills, pretty even trades, which I think favors the attackers because we got a lot closer with our spawn. Keep pushing in. Ashmar flies away. Our Dynamis picks off another one. Gundam goes down, and I think it's just Ashmar. Jim is farther back. It looks like we are going to have this. So we're going to send a couple of people up to the bridge just to make sure we're secure here and that they can't hold that down before we get there after getting the point and leave 3 of us behind, because that is the maximum amount. They can quick cap the point. So we did have to kind of push up the left side a little bit slowly, but we did get through there in relative quick time, pretty even to what Globos managed in their offense round. And now we got to get over that 90% going into point 2. Pretty far off G maneuvers still. I'm sitting at 65, Dynamis at 80. Dynamis on both sides will probably be the first ones to come out as long as they landed some shots on that first point. Definitely easier than it is going to be at the second point, especially for offense. But we do hear the Dynamis G maneuver comes out. Theirs did come out first. And now we're just going to play a little bit passively. Might as well wait that out because it can't one-shot, I don't think, anyone on our team. Actually, maybe Hyperion, if he didn't have his shield up, might die in one shot to that. I think it does 900 max. But still, that's pretty scary, so we just kind of wait that out. Is probably about to end soon. Now we're pushing left side. It looks like it's over now. Kind of pushing left and right at the same time. Susan did get away. I think, no, actually did go down. Looks like we're going to get the repair on the Dom as well and continue our push. So we have gotten through the choke, but not super quick, so we're not going to be able to crash the point probably as easily as it would have been if we got a full team wipe. But we're still kind of killing them one by one, which means they are going to be staggered a little bit going into this defense. And Ashmar's punch, while it does connect with our Ashmar, it does not get the kill. I'm going to pop my Hades because I'm pretty confident I've got it before theirs. I'm just going to try and keep them off point. Deal some damage up top there. And I actually screw up here. I'm looking at the lower point. Didn't even realize that my Dynamis got the gravity and lifted up theirs up on the top here. I definitely could have blasted with Hades and got the kill. But either way, I kept him off the point, and we're already over 50%. Here come the gym mines from the sky. Going to stay kind of on this lower ramp here where I'm safe. The rest of my team is fighting on the point still, fighting through those mines. And we got a team kill, and no one is spawning up in time. And just like that, we are able to get over 90%. So now you see why we consider Harbor City to be one of our best maps. Even after Globos did a pretty strong offense, we were able to run it back in quick succession, getting us the first win starting off the series 1-0 in favor of the Rizzards of Oz.
This is a destruction mission.
Moving right along into match number 2 of this grand final series, we're going to be on Underground Command Center. And the bans are a bit different this time around. Our team bans Jim, and the Globos decides to ban this Zawano. And like I said last time, Ino's Jim is pretty scary. We did see it a little bit in the last game, and we were able to deal with it okay that time. We were able to run over it pretty quick, didn't get to give it a chance to do a whole lot. But we did decide to go ahead and ban it, and especially with Susan off the table, that is going to be one of our best counters to Jim. So with Susan banned by them, we definitely want to have that Jim out of the picture. And we're going to be holding up on the waypoint. In the past, we've kind of gone back and forth on this, whether we want to hold the waypoint or just hold at the stern 2 points. And with how we've got run over here, we may have made the wrong choice trying to hold the waypoint, but we felt with it without the extra shield from the gym, we might do okay, but they still had Sosby and Hyperion, and they were able to take us down, and now they're even getting some staggered kills and pushing in, trying to go for the A-point plant. We do scare him off of that, but this Barb is nearby. He's got a Hyperion to help him out as well. Misses his first stun, but he's still in the area, and I thought he was retreating farther up the ramp. Did not realize he was lying in wait to ambush me. Takes me out there, and that is going to be the A-point plant. So we're getting punished right now for trying to hold that waypoint. They got a very fast plant as a result of kind of killing us after that. We do still have 50 seconds to get this disarm, but they're picking up a couple more kills here. This Barb is doing a lot of work so far, maybe catching us a little bit off guard since they didn't run the Barb last game, but this is going to be a much better map for them. Demolition maps, or destruction maps in general, are very good for Barb because you have so much disruption around the bomb points where people have to stand close to it to get arms and disarms, and often more than one person will be staying there because teammates will try to body block for him, so then it can get even more disruption by coming in that group, compared to like capture point maps where you've got more space. You know, Barb is still coming in on the point, and not so much there. But I do take out the Barb. He is finally down, and I think we've got at least a couple more kills there. Dom coming in from behind, but time is running out for us to get this disarm. 10 seconds left. Do get the Dom, and I want to push in here, but a couple of them were still coming up, and we got the call to back up because we want to make sure if they are spawning late, they don't get us from what our previous defender spawned. Yep, those doors are opening right now, and they're already starting to fire away. Get a couple hits on me, but I think retreat was called early enough, so they are able to get out alive and hopefully set up here. But we're going to have to see what G maneuvers they have. They got that very early Barb G maneuver, which I think only resulted in maybe 1 kill, but it did keep us away from the point for longer. Now I've got Sosby G maneuver coming out. I got my Hades ready, but I decided to go ahead and use it now. It looks like our Conqueror ult got launched off in that as well, but it doesn't look like it resulted in any kills. And didn't get as many kills as I would have hoped with this Hades, but I am kind of keeping the Barb back. I was a little bit worried about this Barb, though, and I'm able to pick him off as he tries to flee away. And they might get the repair on him, though, because he's in a relatively safe spot up on the right side. Looks like they did. So we weren't able to get a full team kill on that push, and they kind of have us pushed back to the point, but at least we haven't had to give up the waypoint yet. Looks like they're deciding to come in again. Ashmar punch. Looks like he fell a little bit too low, and that ended up punching the side of the ramp instead of actually getting up on the high ground and getting all of us. And here comes our Ashmar punch, getting the Saz from behind. Got Dom Jr. going as well. Barb is trying to come in the back, pick up our Sazabi, but not going to let him do that. Also take him out so he can't sneak away and get some sort of plant in the back. And now we can push up. This is where we want to hold. So we were hoping to be able to hold after the last fight. But we are low on G maneuvers. There's a few that have yet to come out on their team, I believe. Don't think we've seen the Dom Jr. Don't think we've seen the Hades. And I don't know how well Barb's been doing. We may have another one. But here comes our final G maneuver that we have available. The Hyperion ult coming out, scooping up at least 2, maybe a third. And near a team kill. Looks like the Pat Rider's going to get away. And we are going to delay a little bit more time from them there. But now we're all out. So if they go for a big push, we don't have a lot of answers to that. So we have to see if that is what they're going to do when they come around this corner next. And we hear the Dom Jr. come out, and there's the Hades as well, right behind it. And we're able to take out Sosby pretty quickly, actually. I think he put down his shield to throw an axe and got burned because of that. But 3 kills already on our side. There goes a 4th. It's just me and Dom. I'm taking the high ground path up towards B point. I'm going to try and cover for Dom a little bit here, but they're all down on him. Only able to buy him a little bit of time before he goes down. But I am alive, and it looks like we're forcing him to go lower. Most teams will go for that lower plant anyways. But we're decided to try and drop down, but I walk over a stack of mines, and Dom manages to finish me off after I take close to half my health bar from that, also finishing off our Gundam. And it looks like only Dom is alive. Probably gonna have to wait around for the rest of us. And it looks like they are going to get that 15-second tick, so they do have some credit on the second point already. That will mean that on our offense, we will have to get more than just the first point to guarantee that we won't be losing. But we do pick up the Ashimar here, even though we got our Dom. We're going to get the repair on that. And it looks like we also got the Sosby, and with one of us capturing the waypoint, this is pretty good. We got a 6v4 going, and they're not going to have any reinforcements for a while. So we decide to push in now that that waypoint has been neutralized. Barbolt comes out, gets a couple hits, but no kills. Pretty good for us. Forced to back up to the high ground, and with him out of the picture, we can go for the disarm. That disruption is not around, and we are able to get it. That's gonna buy us some more time. They were close to getting it, 83%. Pretty high time there. 10 seconds were remaining when we got that disarm, but we did stop them from doing the full thing. Now we have to hold them for another minute and a half. Now they've got that waypoint back, so we're gonna see if we can have a chance to push back into that. Pushing from the high ground here, but I think we might have one person flanking from the side. Trying to get some damage to it. And here comes the Ashmar punch from the side, gets two of them. Sosby goes down immediately. Hyperion goes down shortly afterwards. Barb does take him out, though, in return, but he's also going to die for it. I'm pushing the waypoint, and I pop Hades here. Honestly, probably a waste. I was a little bit concerned that some of the early kills in that fight were going to start respawning from that waypoint. I wanted to make sure that I could deal with them if they came up, but it looks like we were able to get on that waypoint in time, and I basically just used my Hades to chase away the Ashmar. But we've only got 40 seconds left. Hopefully using that Hades like that isn't going to be something I regret. Here comes the big push. Ashmar punch getting two of us. Somehow we miraculously both survived. No, actually Hyperion did go down, but he's going to get rezzed. It looks like our Dommel bought us a lot of time there. Pretty much a full team wipe. There is a full team wipe. And 30 seconds left. This is going to be tough for them with no waypoint. It's going to take about that long just to cross over this area. So they're really going to have to go gung-ho towards the bomb point plants. And they're wasting no time. Here they come. Barb coming up the right side here. Goes for the slams, doesn't get anyone. We take out one. Here comes, I believe, Hyperion G maneuver. Yep, turn and see it at the last second. Pins me in the corner there. But if he's stuck in the corner like that, he can't go towards the bombs. And they run out of time. But they put up a good amount on the board. 83% on the second point is going to be a tough score to beat. All right, starting on the offense again in round 2. We're going to see if they're doing a similar hold to us up at the waypoint. Globos has done that hold a lot in the past, but like I said, they had their gym for that, and they're not going to have it this time, so it may prove a little bit less effective, less sustain, less shielding in general, unless they can really get some value out of that Hyperion bubble. The Barb misses the first slam. That's good for us. Also got him weak. He has to back up, and we're just coming around on the top of the point, picking up 3 kills already. A few of them retreating. There's a fourth. Just Barb and Pale off. Barb way back there. We pick up the Pale, and Barb is the only one left, so as long as we're careful, we may be able to get a plant right away. C2R going for it. Here comes the Barb. Does get the kill, but he trades for it, and now we're safe to get that bomb plant. I think we're okay with losing that C2R there in exchange for the bomb plant. And now they're just starting to come back in. And it looks like they may be paying the same price we did by trying to hold that waypoint. Maybe both teams proving that that was not the best idea. But then again, we do still have 50 seconds, and this Dom is putting in damage on me. Looks like we did lose our Sazabi so far. Very close to getting killed in that Dom. We managed to slip around the corner, and I'm just content to hold this little choke point here, looking at A point as long as I can, unless they push into me. A little bit worried about Barb, but he decides to go over toward my Gundam. Does take him out. I'm not able to help him out there, but I'm not going to push in over there aggressively because I do want to still be in a spot to watch over A. And they're starting to come ahead in the kills. This could be bad for us. I'm forced to back up. Looks like they burned Hyperion Bubble a little bit early, though. Not going to have it for the disarm as they try and go for it now. Barb pushes into me. Doesn't get the stun, though. I'm able to kill him. C2R able to get disruption on the disarm. Kind of forced off the bomb point. All of us really low. Nice Molotov from the Ashmar there. We're still in a spot where we can shoot at it. Bubble comes out, but not enough with all of us there. That is going to be the first bomb destruction for us. We're going to go ahead and roll out, see if we can get a quick waypoint take before they regroup, and then see if we can push on and get those second bomb point plants. Looks like one of them is caught up pretty far here on that left side. A couple team diving them. That's the Barb. He does go down. Sosby also kind of alone, gets C2R axe in the back. We also got a Sosby G maneuver of our own going off. And that is the waypoint capture. We're going to try and go with this momentum and just keep pushing. I'm getting a little bit low. A lot of explosives coming this way. But we're going to go and push the upper path, drop my heal pod as we continue pushing in. We're going to try and gauge if it's a good idea to plant here. Try to push over here. Maybe a little bit too aggressive. Do get caught out by the Barb and go down. And the rest of my team decides to drop lower and go for the plant there. Right, we get the bomb plant. To see they're fighting down in numbers. 2 more go down. 4 down. Only 1 kill in exchange. And at this point, I'm worried about us holding the waypoint, so I just decided to stay back here. I do have Hades if needed. But yeah, there's no way I'm going to get there in time to save that bomb plant. Didn't even get 25%. Not that it really matters at this point. They are going to start slowly pushing in. Looks like they are going to try and maybe come for the waypoint. Barb commits, but dies for it. The rest of them are backing up after Barb goes down. We're going to see if we can push in here. I do still have that Hades, waiting for a good opportunity to use it. Pick up a kill on their Hyperion. Sosby also really low, barely manages to slip away up top. We're going to get aggressive on this upper area again, while some of our teammates go lower, possibly for the plant. Barb Jr. comes out, get hit once, not twice though, so I'm still alive. Finishes me off with a standard melee, but that's not going to insta-finish. So Sosby does manage to pick me up. There's Sosby going in. Another one of us goes down. Sosby getting a second repair. So pretty good, but here comes the Hyperion G maneuver. Singles me out once again. I think I'm the only one who's been hit by those this match. Got me in round 1, got me in round 2. But the bomb plant has been going for a bit during this. You got a Dom Jr. coming in, knocking that Sosby clean out of the way. And it looks like most of my team is still alive. That extra armor from the Dom Jr. likely helping. 2 more kills. I'm just going to make my way over to A as quickly as I can. And it looks like Sosby's near the point, but he's all alone. Gets turned around trying to deal with Z2R. We shoot him in the back. And 15 seconds left. Going to go ahead and pop Hades. One of my teammates called he heard someone coming down the stairs, so I'm going to take a look at it. It's Hyperion. Fire away a little bit at that shield, but then decide to look around, see if there's a squishier target around I can blast. And here comes Ashmar, drops down. Doesn't look like he has a punch. Dies pretty quick there. A couple more coming in, but it is too late. That is going to be time, and that's the second win going to us. We're going to take a bigger lead in the series, 2-0, Rizzards of Oz, going into match number 3.
This is a domination mission.
The next match is going to be taking place here on Ironworks, the third and possibly final map of this final series. We are on match point, so if we're able to take the win here, we will win the entire tournament. But it's of course not over yet. Globos could start their comeback here. We're looking at their team comp. They've already got a pretty interesting one going here. They've kind of been known as a team that runs a lot of shields and runs them very well. But this time they've neglected to run any. They actually, Gundam is the closest thing they have to a shield suit. They're running a lot more mobile DPS heavy comp. They've got 2 melees this time. Usually Soccer is their only melee player. Soccer's going to be on the Exia this time, and Elidor is going to be on the Barb. Then they've got that comp for extra damage, and they've also got the Gundam and the Pale and the Dom, and that's just a lot of potential damage coming our way. But on C point so far, we were able to get the first cap. It'll keep them back in this kind of wide open area. I'd say this is probably the weakest point for melee suits because there's so much open space. Aside from that, the kind of that enclosed passage on my left there and the ramp down closer towards B, there's not really a lot of enclosed spaces for melees to kind of hide and get those group hits with their attacks. So far, it kind of able to force them off the point. Almost picked up our kill on our Sosby there. Going to drop down their repair pod for us. And I think at this point, they're firing off a couple of rockets, but they've started their rotate all the way over to A, which is on the other side of the map. So having realized that, we're going to start locating as well, now that we no longer need to defend C. And A can be a tough one if the enemy gets the defensive position and stuff. There's a lot of high ground on A point, and that's likely where they're sitting. Now, some of their suits isn't going to matter as much. You know, Exia, Barb. Being high ground can be nice, but it's not going to be as big a deal as Comfer and Dom and Gundam. The rockets coming down and those potential headshots, and they already kind of force us in. I'm pretty low, though. I have to back up and get this health pack. They're kind of committing in a weird way. This is not really a position Power Rider wants to be in. I'd like to be on the high ground myself if I can get up there, but I've kind of been forced over to this low ground spot, firing away at them. I do get a lot of damage on that Gundam, but not enough. Most of my team has gone down. I am contesting. This comp here is going to stumble upon me along with the rest of his team. Barb and Exia chase me, and I'm just going to run for my life. Happy to get out with my life there. And they do get first cap on A point, so we're going to start gearing up for a second push. And now we've got all 6 alive. We're going to start trying it, but that Gundam is landing shots pretty well on me. Already down to half again. So we're going to try and sneak up the left side. Maybe might make us a little bit more protected from the high ground. But they were actually back on that that ramp on the back of the high ground as well, bringing away us. And our Sosby dies very fast. Now we're thinking of going up the right side, but then we make a decision. 20 seconds left. Even if we are able to push in and get it, we'll probably have to burn several G maneuvers, and we might not even get any time on it. So we're going to go ahead and start rotating over towards B. Set up in a bit of a defensive position here, but it's a little bit awkward because they're kind of coming from the A side here, which is not normally how you defend B. Normally you want to be kind of at the end of these hallways, firing down to the other side of the hallway, but since they're coming from the side, they actually have potential for flank. We're kind of a little spread out in this Broadway area here, but they're going to Dom ult in, force me to drop down, and as the Barb is lying in wait, gets a slam on me, takes me out. And it looks like the rest of my team is still fighting in that upper area. Also gets the kill on the Z2R, this Barb putting in work. And it looks like they've mostly won that fight. Going to be setting up and possibly get the first take on B, which is unfortunate since we were there first. And we even used a few G maneuvers, but we still have Hades and we still have the Hyperion pincer. So we're going to see if we can get in here. Going to move over here with Sosby on the right side. Pop Hades. A few of them in this area. Get a lot of damage on the Dom, but he barely slips away. Drop my heal, keep firing away, and here comes the Hyperion ult. Not sure, it looks like he got at least one, maybe? Trying to get the Eggsy as well, and I'm getting a lot of people weak, but everyone's just barely getting away. That Hyper Hammer from the Gundam gets me low, and then Eggsy comes and finishes me off, and there's about 4 different people in that fight that I got low with Hades, but in the end, I killed none of them, and I ended up dying. And we were able to get the recap during that, though, so we're getting a little bit of time. People still fighting on the point and contesting. But Eggsy and Barb are on that middle point, are a nightmare to kill, so if we don't already have the cap, it's going to be hard to get it back. And they are able to finish a few of us off. And now we're going to make our way to A to see if we can get that high ground going into what is going to be the final point of this round. It looks like they've recognized that, and they've already started an early rotation, so we're not going to have as much free space on the high ground as we had hoped. They kind of set up on that ultimate high ground. We've kind of got the middle part of it over here. Eggsy is pushing in, missed the nade, he backs up. Confer's here with him as well. Get some good damage on him, but this kind of been the story of this round so far for me. Lots of damage on people, but not a lot of it turning into kills. Missed the nade there as well. More damage on the Confer. Thankfully, my Gundam finishes him off, and it looks like we did come out of that fight ahead by a little bit. Just Barb, and he's going to retreat. The point unlocks in 3 seconds, so I think we are going to get first cap and get back into the lead by a little bit. There we go. Barb is still kept away. But now they're going to be able to regroup and push in. We still have 2 G maneuvers, Ashmore Punch, and the Gundam Super Napalm. It looks like they're already setting up on the high ground a bit, getting shot from over there. Just Sosby on our side up there. And Dom slips in underneath the point, caps it. No one is there to contest. That's actually really bad. I've said, you know, they've got Barb and Exia. They're going to have suits that are very good at contesting, so it's going to be hard to take it back. I've already killed a few, but I'm going to come in from this side. We do get Dom, but I'm slowed. Comfort drops on top of me after slowing me, gets a lot of that explosive damage, and then Pale Rider finishes me off from the back. And this is looking bad. We got 20 seconds left. They're getting a bigger lead from this, and I'm not going to have Hades for a while. So we have to see what we can do with just Ashmar Punch and Sosby G maneuver. Ticking up towards 100. I think the clock is going to round out around the same time they hit 100%. We got Sosby G maneuver going, but a Dom ult from behind forced me to drop down again. He's going around all over the place. Barbo comes out as well, gets me low. Have to dash forward just not to get finished by that, and I'm greeted by Dom and his rockets. We got a couple kills, but I think we're still losing as far as numbers go. Only one of us left. Just Gundam trying to stay alive and contest the lower part of it there. They cap it back, and he's not able to get back on the point in time. That's going to be round 1 going to Globos, getting themselves on the board here in map number 3. So we had a rough round number 1, but this map is not over yet. Going into round number 2, we've changed up our comp a bit. We have Dizzy on the Mahiru. We were actually thinking about running it in the first round, but when we saw that C point was the start, we decided it was probably a bad idea. Mahiru can be pretty dang effective on B point especially, so when we saw it start on B point, we decided to let it rock. We've also got a Zaku melee this time, perhaps countering melee with melee. We'll have to see if that works. Ideally, we'd probably want the Susan to help deal with this, but that was banned, and it does seem to be working out for Globos so far. But pretty even trades on B here. We almost have the point capped, but not quite yet. Still got that Barb running around and a few others coming in at the last second, but we do manage to cap it. Now we just got to try and hold it. With all these people spread all over the place, I'm just going to keep doing my best to hold this high ground Broadway here. Still keeping an eye over there from time to time just to make sure no one's coming up on me. But we do have the nades from the Mahiru coming in to help me out. Also Confer and the Marasai here to back me up as well. Now that we've got a few more people out in front of me, I'm going to back up and kind of hold this this ramp here so I can hide most of my body below it and just kind of peek out, get the shots going. Just going to commit to firing at that. Got the backup from Neil on the Marasai, helps me finish that off. And other people are still contesting on the point. And 10 seconds left. We're probably going to see them start backing up here. going over to A. And last time, C was our best point, but with the Mahiru, we're probably happy to not see it. So we're gonna see what we can get going on A point. And we've got the high ground going already, but it looks like they came up the elevator, got 1 kill already. Gonna get this Gundam really low, couple of them low. I try and throw the nade to get all 3 of them, but end up missing the Gundam. He actually gets out alive. We do kill the Exia though. I would consider that a little bit of a bigger threat, at least to me personally. And now we're gonna rotate back over towards the point. They've kind of taken this middle high ground from us. The point is gonna activate soon. I'm gonna try and stand on it. Also taking some shots at people. Keep an eye on that barb over there, and we are able to cap it as a Gundam fires away at me. And this is a good start here. Now that we have it capped, at least Mahiru can potentially spam nades down into the point itself or on the high ground. He does go down here. Just a sliver of HP remaining, though, on that down body, and able to get the repair. He's going to go back to firing some nades down that middle ramp leading up to the point. Now I'm going to take a more aggressive high ground hold over here on this other ramp. See if I can cover my allies while they're going for the repair. And we've got 4 G maneuvers ready. We're probably going to try and save them, depending on when they push in, because only 20 seconds left and they haven't started their push yet. Looks like they're coming now. We'll see how hard they commit. Actually, one of them got on the point and almost capped it, but we were able to contest the last second. Barb goes down. And with that, I'm pretty confident we're going to hold it for the rest. Just going to hold on to Hades, get a couple more kills. Did lose Mars, so I'm not too worried about that. And I think we're going to start rotating. And now we do have C points. So C point was our best point round 1, but with Mahiru, we're gonna have to see if we can do the same. If we do really well on C point, though, this could be the last point of the round. We've gotten a monopoly on the score so far for this one, starting off really strong. But they're set up hard on C point. Also get a slam on our Confer there. Almost gets away, though, after, but he still gets taken out. And here comes a couple G maneuvers. Donald, Super Napalm from Gundam, gonna force us out of that middle area. And I'm gonna rotate over to the right side to kind of push from the ramp. See if we can do anything there. Actually, Neil actually does pick off the Dom there, getting that Marasai hook, getting us 1 kill. We've got numbers advantage, 6v5, but Mahiru might struggle to contribute here. If he can get his nades over on that right side into that enclosed area, they could be pretty effective, but I don't actually know where he's at right now. Conver gets picked off. Another one picked off on our team. I throw a nade, do finish off one. Looks like our Super Napalm actually got the pale as well. I heard the Confer G to go off. I don't actually know if it got anyone. I'm trying to focus him down, but now the Exia's on me. He did his G maneuver. I do go down. Actually, I don't know if he is on his G maneuver. He looked like he was glowing red for a second, but I honestly couldn't tell. And unfortunately, it felt like we had numbers advantage there, but we just weren't able to group up and push. And with 15 seconds left, this looks like we're going to make our way to B point. And B point went well for us last time. Hoping it can do well for us this time, since it is going to be the last point of the round. But they're already coming over to contest. They don't want to let us get set up for free. They know we've given up on C point. Just firing away down the field. A nice hammer from Fawinti on their Gundam, but he still manages to just slip away. Took a weird path after getting stunned back from that hyper hammer. And it looks like their Pal Rider has realized that we're holding this area really well, so he's kind of moving onto that other high ground and throwing his nade over here every time it comes off cooldown, hitting both me and the Gundam. Barb G maneuver comes out. Doesn't look like he's gonna mess with us up here. We did get a kill on our Confer, and now the point has activated. They've almost got capped already. Really unfortunate timing with me there. I popped the Hades, and they destroyed my heal pod immediately and got me with those nades, and then Exia came to finish me off. And we're getting some kills, but they managed to cap the point. And Mahiru's doing his best with that G maneuver. That's going to be more effective on the point than just his regular grenades. He did get 1 or 2 kills, but then he goes down. And now we're going to have to try and regroup. Counter goes in to try to deny repair. I think we did deny that, but then unfortunately he gets picked as well. And they get another repair. So we're just going to have to take our time and regroup. But all we've got is a Zaku melee spin to win, which can be shut down by both Barb and Exia fairly easily if he has to get close to them. Pick up 1 kill there, getting pretty aggressive on this Broadway area. I want to take this back really low, though. Nice hook from the Mara side. Picks up the Barb as well. This might be our chance to get back on the point. We did lose our Zaku melee, though, so we don't have that spin to win anymore. Another kill on one of their fast guys. Healing up. They're doing a good job of contesting, though. We actually still haven't been able to cap the point back. I decided to drop down because a few people are down, going to get the repair right there. But now I really want to be high ground again, but it's going to be tough to find a chance to do that. Trying to go toe-to-toe with their Pale Rider. Get forced to back up. Pale goes down, Barb goes down. Confer right in front of me, thankfully throws a nade on someone else, but they still gets a kill out of it. Gonna pop my Hades as it comes up, trying to finish out that Confer, but Dom dives it on top of me, gets that close range splash damage, and I'm down. All we've got left is Marasai and Confer. Marasai does get a nice hook, but he's alone on the point. Doesn't look like he has his G maneuver available. No one else is able to contest, and that is gonna be the game. Globos puts themselves on the board, doing very well in that domination map, and that takes the score to 2-1, and we're gonna have to go into map 4.
This is a point capture mission.
For map number 4, we have Large Conveyance Facility. And this is a map that early on in competitive, when it was first added in that Zeta update, our team struggled with this map quite a lot, especially against Globos Blancos. When we were playing against them in scrims, they did really well here, partially because of their, having a lot of good shield suits that they could play, and us struggling to kind of push past that. But we've definitely gotten better on this map. But we are going to be running a little bit of a different team comp since we banned Jim once again out of our fear of those shields. Even after that kind of melee stomping we took last round, we still felt like we wanted to ban the Jim above all else. They banned the Ashamar, and we've got Garmazabi in this round. He's our usual main Ashamar player. So he rotated over to Pale Rider since that's another suit he's pretty good with. And in exchange, I switched over to Gundam. And on one hand, I've been wanting to play Gundam a lot in competitive matches. Gundam is still probably my favorite suit, even though Pale is probably my better suit. But I was definitely more warmed up on Pale Rider. So even though I got to escape Pale Jail, I was feeling a little bit nervous coming to this match on Gundam. I played a little bit of Gundam before we got into this grand finals just to warm them up, but definitely still feeling more comfortable on the Pale. But so far, at least, we are able to get through that defense on this A point. We're able to cap it, so I think it's working okay so far. I haven't exactly been landing as many shots as I would have hoped, but at least we've gotten through the first point, and we're going to start moving to the next one. We've also got a Zeta Gundam this time around. Felwinti is on that, and so far he's not being contested in the skies, at least. They have Pale Rider to shoot up at him, and that's Pale Rider and Gundam, and that's about it. Susan's going to have to commit pretty hard to try and take someone out of the sky. Dom, Laser, rockets are pretty hard to land. Confer doesn't really have the range. And Barb, obviously, that's going to be a tough one. So far, I think that's working out pretty well for him. We'll see if we can get this Barb. Do take him out with those hipfire shots. And we've pushed through kind of the first choke. Already got someone on the point, getting close to that 25%. Take out the Pale Rider as he's getting beamed down from the Zeta from the sky. And we do have the 25%, but here they're starting to respawn and come back in. Missing some shots on the Susan, landing a couple after that. I'm getting rocketed out, and as Garma goes down on that Pale Rider, we call to back up a little bit. We didn't quite get our 50%, but we don't want to lose this high ground here at the choke. That it can be very hard to take back, and since we've got it, we decided to back up and regroup here. We do take out their Susan already, and I have to hang back a little bit and get some more heals. Sazi's pushing up a little bit more. Susan goes in again, getting another kill. Looks like it's actually on their Susan again. It must have got repaired after that. I decided to throw my Super Napalm over the top there because I saw from most of my team was pushing. May have gone a little too far, though. I don't actually know if I got any hits with that, but I am able to take out the Barb in the meantime. And it looks like they cleaned up a few kills here as well. So there's 3 enemies alive, 6 of us. I tried to come over here and get that health pack, and actually probably could have died with that Susan there if he had full committed on me, because I was expecting to be able to heal up real quick, and it had just been taken by someone else. Hyper Hammer does not direct connect, but still gets a bit of a hit on him to kind of throw him off his pathing. Confer comes in, throws that those chain mines right onto Sazabi, I believe. Or whoever it was, are already dead. And I'm able to scare him off. Not quite able to get the kill as he grabs the health pack. But we're getting more time on the point, over 50%. Barb drops in, misses his hit, goes down. Confer's back. Just trying to stay alive and keep him off the point. But here comes the Dom Jr. hitting me twice. One more hit would have been the death of me. But looks like I slipped out past his notice. Susan picks up another kill. Trying to engage him in close range here. Throw out the hammer, get the weak hit, and I'm so low. 6-7 HP. If he throws anything at me, I'm dead. But he goes back towards the point. We're kind of moving back and regrouping again. It looks like we did get our 50% this time. So if we just keep getting 25% with each push, we should get it eventually. I think we have enough time for that. Yeah, like I said, we're going to regroup here at the choke. We're able to catch the Barb as he comes in again. Exia is now out. It looks like instead... Oh, no, in addition to the season. So they're running 3 melees. Looks like they dropped the Confer for one of them. Don't have that anymore. We're picking up a few kills, a couple of them weak in the back. There's Susan. One more shot would get him, but he managed to slip away. Looks like he does go down to the beam chakram from our Susanoo. Then get that hyper hammer on the barb. And we got a pretty good hole in the point. I decided to throw my super napalm at the door there just so no one can contest. But the Gundam does drop from above to contest a little bit. At least we got ourselves close to the top. We got over 75%. We might be able to make it all the way this time. Missed the hammer, take out the pail. Susan's ulting, but he's behind the point. Headshot on Barb. He does go down. Only the Susan left in his ult, and he gets finished off there by Zeta. And that is going to be round 1. Took us a bit of time, but overall, a fairly fast push. It's not that easy to get the second point on this map, so we're going to be happy with that going into our defense round. All right, round 2 on the defense. And I didn't really talk about it when Globos was doing it, but they were also holding back here at A point. A lot of times on large conveyance facility, especially early on, you saw a lot of people holding that kind of first choke point at the bridge right close to spawn. But I think we've learned over time that it's actually generally better just to hold the point here. It gives you more space to deal with. You're closer to your spawn. You've also got this nice little high ground here that's pretty much uncontestable without them diving really hard, unless they wait for that door behind it to open up. But they were able to kind of spam us out of there with their stuff, and it looks like Confer is back. They switch back to Confer. He's got the high ground, firing nades down. And Susan picks up a double kill. This is not looking great for us. Gonna see if I can just poke away to force them back, but we decide to retreat. Narrowly miss the hyper hammer, and I also fall prey to the Susan. And we are probably gonna have to call a full retreat here. So 8-point defensive hold. As much as I talked it up, it doesn't look like it worked out for us. We did have to give it up. I swear it's worked for us better in other matches, but not so much this time. And that's going to be a pretty quick 8-point cap from them, even though we do pick up a couple people pushing up far ahead. But I don't think they're going to be too sad about that, because they'll be spawning up in time for the real big push that'll be coming soon. So now we just want to make sure they can't get past this high ground. I talked about it last time. We actually got through this pretty quick, and every time we retreated after losing a push on the main point itself, we were able to kind of come back to this area and hold it. So we're going to see if we can make sure they can't do that, if we can just keep them held out here as long as possible. Zeta pushes in pretty aggressively. Looks like they did switch to that now, so now there's at least one airborne target to kind of contest our Zeta, who's been cleaning house, by the way. We looked at the damage numbers, and he was about 8k above everyone else at the end of round 1, so Felwinty is definitely putting in work. Able to shut down this first push here pretty well. And now we just have to wait for them to try the next one with about 4 minutes left. We have no G-Newers available. They might have a couple coming up. We went probably evened up quite a bit after that second push, but they definitely did better than us on the first one. But Droid getting more and more kills here with his Susan when they're trying to push up that left side, that narrow hallway, up that ramp. Perfect hunting grounds for Susanoo, but he had to drop down, and now he's kind of flanked around the back. He may get caught out. I think he may have dove a little bit too deep there. Does pick up a kill on the Gundam, so maybe the armor he can get away. I'm not able to watch for him, and he's still killing people, so maybe I spoke too soon. I'm just watching this high ground across from us, but it looks like he finally does go down, but at least one of the people he killed is not going to be able to get repaired, so it ends up being a somewhat even trade. Now that he's not around, they are able to safely push up that left side. I'm just going to have to chill here with the repair pod from Pale Rider, and we've got a Zeta pushing him pretty aggressively, land a couple shots on him from below. Here comes the Dom ult, throw out the hammer preemptively. Now try and throw out my super napalm to block off this choke here, but the ramp, the geometry on that ramp kind of screws up a little bit. I think it still ultimately did block it off for a bit, but it didn't go as far forward as I would have hoped. But now they're over on this ramp here to the high ground. Pick up 2 quick kills, one with a hammer and one with just my gun. And with this Pale Rider's kind of caught alone, if we can get him, and actually pick up a Zeta as well. Lucky hipfire headshot from me there, combined with the Zeta laser. And we managed to push them back once more. Still holding out of this choke. This is buying us a lot of time, even in the eventuality that they may push us back from this choke. We'll have added some extra time for us to get back and defend the point, even if they do. But so far, they still have to get through this. And our defensive hold is just working really well. Get pretty weak there, chipped by the beam chakra. I'm gonna have to back up. And our Pale Rider is kind of alone up there, but I am watching for him. So if anything comes up to him, I'm gonna try and call it out. Call for him right here that the Dom is behind him, and he starts shooting him back, and we do take out the Dom. Susan pushes in, but actually the super napalm made me get out of the way, but preemptively we are able to take him out. And Hades came out, but our Dom, Castian, kind of pushed him into a corner and took him out, so we didn't have to worry about that. And that was a pretty effective shutdown of a few different G-maneuvers there. So we're feeling pretty good about that, even if we've only got 2 left ourselves. And about halfway to my next one. Nice headshot to Zeta, breaking his shield up. We do take him out, but unless we charge in there, we're not going to be able to finish the kill, so they're going to get the repair there. And I'm just having some trouble landing shots on this Dom. He's so slippery. Guess I'm not warmed up enough on Gundam to hit him with that. But here comes another push. Zeta ult from above does hit me, but thankfully I don't think he had biosensor charged at all, so I do have enough health combined with the armor from the Dom to stay alive through that. I'm going to rotate over to this right side to check on him. But Zeta pushes in on our Dom, but I shoot him in the back. Getting some more shots and I pay right away back up, and we're just kind of going back and forth here. I start shooting them, they turn my attention to me. Dom starts shooting them, and then they turn attention to him, and then back to me. And now I've got more people on this side. Got to help out Sosby. He's got his G maneuver going, land a few shots on that Confer, shot on the Susan, and his G maneuver is enough to finish that off. And I take a hammer to the face, but thankfully I'm in a safe spot here, back a little bit farther, and time is getting low. They're down to a minute left, and like I said, they kind of finally got this high ground here, but we're pushing back into it again because they're kind of staggered. Barb and Pale Rider go down. And now we can push in. I've got Super Napalm again if we need the space taken from it. And we're back. We've got our high gun once more. And 50 seconds left. They've got that high ground, though, on the opposite side, firing away. And a couple shots on the Gundam, forcing him back up. A couple shots on the Dom. And here comes the Barb for Pale. I call it out. He manages to avoid it. We're able to take him out. Scare him back. I am going to throw out the Super Napalm to make sure they can't get the repair. I'm kind of screwed up by the geometry again. I was also hoping that would go a little bit farther back. I guess I keep screwing it up, but I think it got one tick on the end there on someone, so it wasn't completely worthless. And at this point, I think they've got the Confer in our back line, so we send a couple people back, and Susan dies Pale on the high ground. We're able to take him out. Here comes Barb again. Goes past the Pale. Attention is focused on me, and Pale just shoots him in the back. And while they think they still have one guy in the back line, the team is keeping him occupied and contesting, so he's not able to actually get any time on the point. And I don't know if he's gone down yet, but they're kind of diving in crazy. Dom goes down, Gundam goes down, Susan goes down, and I don't think they've got anyone left. Confer's here, he's not on the point. And that is gonna be map number 4 going to us. Match point. That is the win. We do take the series 3-1. And that is going to be Rizzards of Oz as your CIL League champs. Great job by Fawinti here. Like I said, he was just destroying people from the sky, basically uncontested the whole game long. He really contributed to us getting that win there. And that's it. We're done. I just want to say, you know, thank you to my team. I was a little bit hesitant about joining at first, but we really did bring it together and win in the end. And I'm really happy about that. Shout out to Castian, our team leader. Dizzy, he recruited me. Cardis, Cabaltic, Droidicool, Meal, Felwinti, Garma, and Robot as well. A Robot couldn't play with us on this day. Unfortunately, he was out of town, but he helped us get to this point, so I gotta thank him as well. And also thanks to all the other teams that participate in the league. They were the ones that helped make it fun. They gave us some great matches and a lot of good times with Gundam Evolution before it ended. So hopefully you guys enjoyed all this. I know these competitive matches aren't for everyone, but I hope you guys enjoy getting to see the finals match and our final win to send out Gundam Evolution with a bang. And now, after commentating, which was the equivalent of about 4 of my normal videos, I think I'm going to need to go rest my voice because it's starting to feel like I'm losing a little bit. But with that, thank you all for watching. Thank you for all your support during this competitive league that we played out. And go Rizzards of Oz. And I will see you guys next time.